Right back to the wall. What was known as the Arch Bar Hill at one time. Kick out from Paddy out towards the far side, crossing the 45-metre line. Great fetch in the centre of the field there by Ken Whelan for Towers. Ken looks up for his options. A high ball going in, going very, very close indeed to the corner. Ball broken out across where it comes Ricky Deegan. Ricky Deegan now looking up, making his way out, crossing the 20-metre line. Lost that ball, and referee blowing the half-time whistle. There's the score. We'll be back with the second half very, very shortly indeed. Back, you joined us just before the start of the second half. Alan Smith gone midfield for Sarsfields with Gary White on an effort to shore up that area. John Geraghty has been replaced by Thomas Campbell in the forward line. So Sarsfields will be looking to make inroads into this Towers very, very early on in this second half if they're to have any chance of coming back into this game. McLaughlin throws up the ball for the start of the second half. Ball broken down immediately to Smith. Smith now launching Sarsfields on the attack. But picked up inside there by Jason Coogan for Towers. High challenge and Jason Coogan gets the ball away to Ken Whelan. Ken Whelan left footed, strikes a long ball, trying to feed the big man inside. Shoulder coming in there, and Rob Murphy looked like a fair shoulder from Corey Golden. Referee not agreeing. Free already taken. Towers now are starting up in the gear. Tom Confrey being put to the ground. Well, it looked as if he was put to the ground, but referee awarded it. Referee awarded it the other way, and someone's suggesting that someone should get up your body shape, but I wouldn't use diamonds like that. So the free for round Towers just gone a little bit too far and picked up inside there by John Kavanagh. John Kavanagh gets it out now to Tom Confrey. Tom Confrey, low ball up along the same wing, but heavy challenge coming in there. Good stuff from Sarsfields. I'm sure there were harsh words spoken by Alan Barry as Kieran Carey got that ball into his hand by Alan Barry at half time. Free kick, quick one taken by Gary White. Out towards Tom Confrey. Tom Confrey now going back with Mark Scanlon coming back there far around Towers. He's going to try and get past 2, past 3. And referee eventually deeming that he might have overcarried that ball, so Sarsfields will have this free on the round Towers 45-metre line as the Sarsfields backroom team and substitutes look on. It'll be Gary White again. I wonder how long will Sarsfields wait before they might move Gary White in a little bit further than that, because they seem to be a little bit shy in the scoring department. Conor Walsh now, what can Conor Walsh do? Conor Walsh looks up, left footed, has it pop, and Conor Walsh sends that ball over the bar for his second point of the game to reduce the gap to 3 points once again. 1-5 to 5 points with about a minute played in the second half. So the tempo already a little bit higher, as you see, number 30 there, Thomas Campbell, who's in the game for Sarsfields. So James Kendrigan, it's his turn to wear the cap in the second half. The sun got a little bit lower in the sky. I'm sure it was just a question of more of the same from John Scanlon in the Towers dressing room. Kick out, big kick out from Kendrigan, picked up again by Corey Golden for round Towers. Golden now sends one right in on top of the full forward, with the ball broken away from James Robinson, and good defending by the round Towers forwards, and eventually the free being conceded by, I think it was Kieran Carey. So a chance for James Robinson to increase the lead to 4 points once again. And looking around, a few of the Sarsfields players looking a little bit bewildered, shall we say, by some of the decisions of referee McLaughlin. James Robinson with the kick, looking good. James Robinson with the point, his second of the game. 1-6 to 5 points, the gap once again back to 4 points. I suppose you'd call it the goal plus the insurance point, but it's a long way from insurance points or anything like that, as Paddy O'Sullivan prepares to take this kick out. Sarsfields have started the half well, but you nearly say Towers scoring against the run of play. Mark Scanlon picking up the ball, taking a bit of a knock there from Gary White, so he's going to try and steal a couple of yards, but being brought back. Looks up, finds a loose player. Whelan running loose outside, but good defending there by Danny Watson. Very number 14, but playing back in his own defence. And now Alan Smith is playing midfield for Sarsfields in the second half. bringing this ball up, and again the referee talking to somebody. Smith looks up, sends the ball back to White, back to Smith again. Smith trying to get past Whelan. Whelan puts him to the ground, free for Sarsfields. Sarsfields should be in a hurry with this one, and again they're leaving it to Gary White. Surprises me, as I say, that they haven't moved Gary White in. Back out to the centre forward now. Alan Smith is playing midfield. Smith comes in. Oh, Smith hits it straight off the post. That was unlucky there. And back in picking it up is Mark Scanlon. Far around Towers. Chance for them not to go on the attack with Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell very close to that far line. To Mark Scanlon again, being well pleased, but managing to get his kick away. Chance now for Towers again. I think it's Dean O'Rourke. Dean O'Rourke, he'll have a pop. Just didn't quite get hold of it. Scahill went down, didn't quite get it either. Bit of scrappy play at the moment. And John Duncan gets it back. Now it comes now, and again Sarsfields seem to be playing with a little bit more intensity in their game as Danny Watson gets that ball down. Breaking ball again, but picked up inside and brought out to Mark Whelan far around Towers. Little bit of off the ball stuff going on behind us. Out to Ken Whelan in the middle. Ken Whelan fouled, so a chance for Towers to calm things down. They'll have the free on their own 45-metre line. Back to Gary White now for Sarsfields. Sarsfields could do with a score, they could do with it quickly. Decided to be a little nudge there on Gary White as he was going through, and eventually the foul by Mark Waters, I think, claiming that it was a fair shoulder. McLaughlin calling him back, he didn't like it. So it looks as if his name is going to go in the book. And it will be a chance for Gary White to reduce that gap to the 3 points once again. The score is, let me remind you, 1-6 for Round Towers, 5 points for Sarsfields, 4 points between the sides. And Gary White was kicked, well, not Gary White actually, kick being left to Danny Watson. And I didn't actually think the free was there. It looked to be more central, but maybe it suits Danny Watson to have it out here a little bit to the left of centre of the post. Sarsfields could do with this one. Here comes Danny Watson now. Danny strikes it well, going towards the post, gone over the bar. So the gap is back to 3 again. So Sarsfields once again have a chance to do what they couldn't do before half time, to try to get this gap back to the 2 points. It's amazing in a game when one team gets up a little bit of impetus. It's very, very hard for the other team to get back at them. At the moment, the impetus would be with Round Towers, but Sarsfields, as I say, they've upped the tempo, playing with a lot more passion in the second half, and I'm sure they'll give it all they have. If Alan Barry has anything got to do with it, a man who played with great passion for club and county for many years indeed. The kick out taken by James Kindrigan out of the centre of the pitch. The breaking ball picked up by Mark Cleary. Mark Cleary gets it across to Mark Scanlon, but the ball taken away from him by Gary White. It seems to be all Sarsfields in the early moments of the second half. But Round Towers once again managing to clear their lines out of the 45. The attempted pass coming to Danny Watson. Good defending by Towers as Conor Walsh tries to work something out here for Sarsfields. Conor Walsh cutting his way to the centre on the left foot. Good looking ball from Conor, but just drifting to the left of the post and wide. The gap remains the 3 points. But Sarsfields showing that they're a force to be reckoned with still in this match. They've got 5 minutes played in the second half. James Kindrigan not in any great hurry to take this kick out. Places the ball ever so carefully on the tee. And certainly a game that's keeping this very large attendance here at St. Conda's Park well entertained on this bright January day. Kick out from Kindrigan, out towards the side of the pitch, breaking ball again, picked up by Sarsfields, by Alan Smith. Alan Smith brought to the ground, and there might have been a little bit of afters there. No, I gotta say that was a Sarsfields free. Referee, look, is he going to throw it up again? No, it looks, no, he's walking away, but I think justice has been done there. Alan Smith was definitely fouled, so Gary White, this is more his range than the 45 metre plus range. Try to bring this one around the corner, as it were. Here comes Chalky. Can he bring the gap back? Good little one. It's going to drop short, however. Well, it drops short, bounces harmlessly over the end line. A chance gone and begging for Sarsfields. The score remains 1-6 to 6 points. So the attacks mainly have been Sarsfields in the second half, but not an awful lot to show for it as yet. So James Kendrigan look to drive this one long, somewhere out around between the 45 and the halfway line. That's exactly where it goes. Picked up there by Goldie, I think it was. Goldie sends the ball, trying to find a full forward. Chance now for Towers. Back to Whalen. Whalen turns. Whalen shoots, and if they can do it at one end, they can do it at the other as well. That one gone out wide also. So just 1 point apiece to show for it in the second half. Scoreboard says they're 1-6 to 6. So Paddy O'Sullivan just failed to get his hands to that penalty taken by Richie Scahill in the first half. Shows the signal, shows where he's going to kick it. Here comes Paddy now, left footed, drives it out again. Great kicking out from both keepers, it has to be said. Ball out to the centre, bit of a nudge there in the Towers man on Ken Whalen. Referee Warden the free, and Paurie Golden, the Towers captain, with the ball in hand, sends it across over towards the centre of the pitch, over towards Scahill again. Scahill goes down. Two Sarsfields defenders around him, and eventually winning the free, probably against Deegan. So Scanlon looks up again. Goldie comes across. Goldie leaves it for Richie Scahill. Might be slightly outside his range. Time will tell. Richie Scahill has already scored a goal and 3 for Round Towers. Looking to make it 1-4 for him and 1-7 for the Towers. Let's see what he can do here. Here he comes. Strikes it, but just stubs the ground a small little bit. And Sarsfields with a chance to clear the line. The foul coming in there. So Sarsfields will have this free out from their own 13-metre line, and they'll be anxious to try to get some extra scores on the board. Make this game a little bit more competitive as the full forward, as I said, Danny Watson, but full forward in number only, but not in position, as Gary White looks up, sends that ball cross field, trying to find Rob Confrey. Now Rob Confrey making his way inside. This is by Colin Farrell. Confrey's on the ground. Confrey gets it back to John Kavanagh. Ball inside, looked as if there was a foul there on Thomas Campbell. So an easy enough free for Conor Walsh. Conor has 2 to his name so far, looking for the hat-trick of points. There it goes over the bar. So we have it 1-6 to 7, 9 points to 7, just 2 points between the sides. Sarsfields couldn't do that in the closing stages of the first half, but now they have it back to the Towers lead back to manageable proportions, as it were, as James Kendrigan now, everything being done very, very deliberately and slowly and with the minimum of panic and fuss. Here comes James Kendrigan now, and as I said earlier on, if a team gets ahead of steam up, sometimes it can be very hard to come back at them. But it's Mark Cleary now for Round Towers. Mark Cleary gets the ball outside to Mark Scanlon, an illegal pass, says the referee. How he can see that from where he was is beyond me, but obviously the gift of second sight or some such thing. So Round Towers will have this free hit, and again it's Gary White. Hard to understand the logic of it. Ball out towards this side. That's a great fetch inside there by Dean O'Rourke. Ball back to Whelan. Whelan now, the long ball inside. A good mix of play from Towers, but the ball picked up inside there by Rob Murphy for Sarsfields. Back to Kieran Carey. Kieran Carey, ball out to Gary White. Out to Tom Confrey. Tom Confrey now to the right wing. Good play now by Sarsfields, trying to build Might have been a little nudge there on the Sarsfields player, but referee not giving it. That would have been interesting if the gap could have been brought back to 1 point. But it's Sarsfields on the attack with John Duggan. I think it is this time. John Duggan are looking for his options. John Duggan punches it outside to the corner to another sub in the game for Sarsfields. Sends the ball in and just wide. I think that might have been Kieran Miller in the game for Sarsfields.
Scored in the second half of that.
So the gap is 2. Dangerous lead, as they say in football, especially when it's coming near the end of a game. But Sarsfield is certainly creating the chances, but just not converting enough of them for their liking or for the liking of Alan Barry. I'm sure either on the sideline. The kick out taken by James Kindergan out of the centre of the pitch. The breaking ball again, so vital in a modern game of football. Referee spotting a foul, awarding a free to Sarsfields. Danny Watson looking up. Danny Watson, as Danny Watson took it, referee obviously saw something happening closer to the goals. Good refereeing on the part of Derek McLaughlin. So now a chance for Danny Watson to reduce the gap to just a minimum. Real bread and butter stuff. Let's see what Danny can do with this. Well, I nearly scored myself. I say it nearly because I wouldn't be quite sure. Danny with the right for the kick, and Danny with the point. So now, as the fella says, it's game on here. There's almost nothing in it, as the woman said when she combed the child's hair. So it looks now as if Towers might need a little bit of extra impetus, or whatever you like to call it. Because what was a 4-point lead is now just a 1-point lead. And we still have about 15 minutes or more to play. Kick out from James Kindergan. It's been all Sarsfields. It's Alan Smith. It's still Alan Smith on the 45-metre line. Alan Smith closely placed. Gets the pass over, but good interception there by Mark Cleary, I think it was. But back to Gary White again. Gary White out towards the right corner. Two of the Sarsfields players colliding there. But it's still Sarsfields on the attack. Back to Gary White, a chance. And it's just gone to the right of the post and wide. And Sarsfields may well rue all of these missed chances the further this game goes on, because in a game this close, well, I suppose this isn't like any game. It's all about taking your chances. And make no mistake about it, Towers are going to get their couple of moments of dominance in the second half as well. So Sarsfields need to build on what they've achieved so far in the second half. And again they're going to go on the attack as the full back Kieran Carey, but Kieran Carey has lost the ball. Ball going very, very close to the sideline. As John Scanlon is in the game for Round Towers. John gets one into the centre. The ball broken loose again. Oh, that was a bit unfortunate. No intent there from John Duggan, but the foot was raised rather high, so a vital free to concede, but it hasn't been scored yet. But the way Richie Scott has been kicking him, who's to bet against it? Dead straight in front of the goal. His man behind me asking the referee to kick it himself. Just wonder how many of these people who criticise referees would like to be out there doing the man in the middle impression themselves. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Richie Scahill. Richie kicks. And Richie scores. So there you see it. Now 1-7 to 8 points, just 2 points between the sides. So Sarsfields have got it back to the minimum, but now it's up to the 2 again. But it's still a very, very dangerous lead indeed for Round Towers as they bid to win their first championship since 1990, to the best of my knowledge. Actually, if my memory serves me correctly, Glen Ryan may well have been on that team way back then. The year, I think, that Naas won their first senior football title in 52 years back in 1990. It only seems like yesterday, but it wasn't. It was 16 years ago. But anyway, meanwhile, back to today. Sarsfields are not yet not by any manner of means. John Kavanagh won out to the far side. Sarsfields fighting for all their worth. They won't lie down. Not a club with the proud tradition of Sarsfields. Back out to this stop again. Not too sure who it is. Wish to apologise. We have no team sheets or anything like that today. Ball broken down. Comes back into the hands of James Kendrigan. James Kendrigan clears the ball out to Mark Scanlon. Mark Scanlon playing everywhere for the Towers. Out to his midfield partner Whelan. Ken Whelan, a long ball inside, trying to find Pádraig Golden, is it? Pádraig Golden. That's good defending there by the... Well, it was good defending up to a point by Kieran Carey, but eventually Pádraig Golden winning the free exactly on the 45-metre line. Referee coming across to the linesman. Something happened off the ball. Derek McLaughlin, the referee, doesn't seem too perturbed by it. So while we wait, we watch, we wonder. The gap is 2. And they make it 3. It's coming in, it's going to the right. Kept in play. Out to Gary White in his own 13-metre line, out to his own 20-metre line now. Gets it back to Ricky Deegan. And Towers making it very, very difficult indeed now for Sarsfields to work the ball out from their own defence. Good tackle there by Ken Whelan on Gary White. And eventually the linesman giving the line ball Towers' way. Shouts of far post. Ken Whelan does send it across. Trying to find Pádraig Golden. Tackle coming in from Pádraig Golden, but back to Kieran Carey. Kieran Carey playing well for Sarsfields. Hands the ball back to Gary White, and as I say, it's beyond me what Gary White is doing back there. His service seemed far better, it would seem to me, by being up in attack. Anyways, John Kavanagh. John Kavanagh gets the ball out to the substitute number 19. Ball knocked away from him by John Scanlon. Sarsfields will have this kick. Trying to find John Duggan. Referee said there was an illegal challenge went in there from Mark Cleary, so he's awarded a free into Sarsfields on the Round Towers 45-metre line, and I suppose it'll be this man Gary White to take it. You wonder if there was someone who could kick that ball in to Gary White standing on the edge of the square. A fist is all it needs. There's so little between the teams. But again, if Gary White puts this ball over, let's just wait and see. Well struck by Gary, going in towards the goals, but caught right under the post and cleared out. Another chance gone a begging. And a little bit of an altercation going on down below us. Much ado about nothing, really. Linesman has his hand up, or his flag up, trying to bring the referee's attention to something. I'm not so sure what the linesman spotted. I certainly saw nothing. No one around me saw anything either. But let's just see what he has to say. Mark Scanlon with the ball in hand for Round Towers. Linesman and referee in consultation. Referee calling across Conor Walsh. And again, as I say, I didn't notice anything. Conor Walsh. No. That to me is wrong. I did not see anything happening there that warranted a straight red card. Conor Walsh is absolutely livid with rage. I'd like to know exactly what happened there, because I saw nothing. There was no great reaction from any of the Towers players or mentors either. So Sarsfields, as if they hadn't enough in their plates now, of mounting the tie with only 14 men. But You know what to say about the team with the 14 men. Late challenge coming in there. Back to the Towers, number 14. That's James Robinson. And more stuff happening off the ball. And you could say it's almost like an immediate reaction to what has happened just moments or two ago down below us. And I hear some people behind me saying that none of them saw anything untoward happening that would have warranted the sending off of Conor Walsh. But it's a time now for cool heads, for players and mentors of both sides. Still nothing between the teams. Players down. Alan Barry out there trying to calm his men down, trying to come up with some sort of a plan. One of the Round Towers getting a little reminder that he's not welcome at that party. Alan Barry trying to calm things down. Alan, a man with plenty of experience. But as a neutral, I have to say, understand the frustration that these Sarsfields players must be feeling at what happened. But eventually we will get back to this game of football. Players better off concentrating on their own games, not letting negative energy get the better of them. And meanwhile, back at the ranch, as I say, it will be a free in for Round Towers. Mark Scanlon takes a quick one out to the far side to Stuart Murphy. And eventually the ball seemed to come off. Well, it seemed to come off the Sarsfields player for a 45, but both umpires waving the whites of the score remains 178 points, 10 points to 8. Just 2 points between the sides. And a little over 5 minutes left in this game. So Paddy O'Sullivan, he hasn't been all that busy in the second half. Sarsfields got the gap back to 1 and went up to 2 again. It's still 2. Ball out around the middle of the field. Referee could have thrown that one up. Still Sarsfields on the attack. And ball screwing off the boot there. Back for it was Mark Whelan for. But there was Mark very, very close to the sideline, eventually gone over the line. And it will be a line ball for Sarsfields. But midway between the 45 and the 20-metre line. Sarsfields need a score, and it doesn't have to be a goal. There's a score of any sort. Danny Watson. Danny loses the ball. Danny goes down. Some referees would give a free. This one didn't. And Towers managed to clear the line. A little bit of off the ball stuff going on there still. Ball broken off the hands of the Sarsfields player, and Towers got a chance to clear their lines. Sean Donnell suffering from a little bit of cramp. Must surprise the pace of this game has been fairly frenetic in the second half. So the magic bottle or rub of the relic has been applied, so everyone back on their feet, ready to play out the final chapter of this pulsating under-21 final of 2006, even though it's been played on the 6th of January 2007. Let the record show. It's still Sarsfields. Danny Watson gets it back to Alan Smith, but Towers breaking up that attack. Chance now for Towers. John Scanlon tries to find Party Golden out towards the far sideline. Golden now, he'll look up. The captain gets it back. It's looking good. It's gone over the bar. The lead is back to 3 points again. Scored by that number 14, James Robinson. That could be James's 3rd point of the game. A little bit safer now maybe for the men from Towers. John Scanlon and the selectors maybe breathing a little bit easier. With just minutes to go in this match. But Towers and Sarsfields rivalry going back a long, long way. For either one to beat the other, there will be great satisfaction in it. At the moment it looks as if it will be the men from Kildare Town. But just maybe for someone to get a finger on the ball going in around that square is all they need from the Sarsfields point of view to bring it back level. But Round Towers haven't looked at any stage in this game as if were going to concede a goal. Here comes the free kick coming in and cut under the post by James Kendrigan.